ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಬಾನತರಂಗದ ಶಾಲೆ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ಎಲ್ಸಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಸಿದ್ಧತಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ.
ಬಾನತರಂಗದ ಶಾಲೆ.
ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯ ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಾಠದ ಮೊದಲ ಭಾಗ.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ.
ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುವ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಸರಕಾರಿ ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲೆ ಪೊಳಲಿ ಬಂಟ್ವಾಳ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಂಜಿತಾ.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ.
Greetings to all the teacher friends and students who are listening to the Banuli school program. Today, let us discuss about social science for upcoming exams preparation. Let me first explain about the distribution of marks according to types of questions, theme-wise and weightage-wise. I hope you have seen the model question paper which was recently released by the board. My dear students, there are totally 38 questions. 8 multiple choice questions carrying 1 marks each. 8 one-word sentence questions carrying 1 marks each. 8 questions of 2 marks, totally 16 marks. 9 questions of 3 marks, totally 27 marks. 4 questions carrying 4 marks, totally 16 marks. And my dears, as you know, this time the outlined Indian printed map will be provided in your answer paper booklet, and you will be instructed to locate 5 map location out of 7 location. Please note once again, you will be provided with 7 points to locate where you will be asked to locate only 5 locations. And my dears, 8 to 10 points are expected to 4 marks questions. 6 to 7 points are expected for 3 marks question, and 4 points are expected to 2 marks question. 4 marks questions are usually asked from history, political science and geography. When it comes to question wise and theme wise, let me start from history. From the history, you can expect 2 MCQ, 1 mark questions 1, 2 marks questions 2, 3 marks questions 3 and 4 marks questions 2. Regarding political science, 1 MCQ, 1 mark questions 1, 2 marks questions 1, 3 marks questions 1 and 4 marks questions 1. When we come to sociology, MCQ 1, 1 mark question 2, 2 marks questions 1, 3 marks questions 1. In geography, MCQs will be 2, 1 mark questions 1, 2 marks questions 2, 3 marks questions 2 and 4 marks question 1 and 5 marks for place location. And here overall 25 marks are allotted to history, 11 marks are allotted to political science, 8 marks are allotted to sociology, 22 marks are allotted to geography and 7 marks are allotted to economics, 3 marks are allotted to business studies. My dears, there will be internal choice between history and history for 4 marks questions. there will be internal choice from economics and sociology for 2 marks question, 3 internal marks, 3 internal choices will be from history, geography, economic and business studies. Once again, 3 marks internal choices will be from history, geography, economics and business studies. Now, we will learn about the important concepts related to history, political science and economics from part 1. The first lesson, as you know, the advent of Europeans to India. Here, we can concentrate upon the reasons for the fall of Constantinople, the reasons behind discovering of new sea routes, blue water policy. My dear students, pay more attention to the causes and results of Battle of Plassey because this question has been repeated for several times in the previous year question papers. You can also focus on the causes and results of Battle of Buxar. Please focus on the Carnatic Wars, reasons and effects and the treaties. Who started dual government? Or if it is asked for 2 marks, what is dual government? Who implemented it? And the last concept, achievements of Martanda Varma. Here, 1 marks questions which will be expected from this lesson is the trade centers of or the factories of Dutch as well as French and the Englishes, blue water policy, who implemented this and why was blue water policy implemented, the real founder of Goa or who was called as the real founder of Goa and why Alfonso de Albuquerque was called as the real founder of Goa. When we come to the second lesson, the extension of the British rule, here we have to focus on the concepts like the conditions of subsidiary alliances along with the meaning and name of the introducer. Next concept is doctrine of lapse and the states come under this policy. My dear children, here we should also focus on the Anglo-Maratha War and the reasons, effects and the treaties of Anglo-Maratha War. The treaties like Salbai, Basin is also asked several times for 1 marks as well as MCQs. Anglo-Sikh War and the treaties. Here we can also concentrate upon who introduced or implemented doctrine of lapse, who implemented subsidiary alliances, which was the first state to enter into subsidiary alliance agreement, who signed the Treaty of Friendship. The next important lesson is the impact of British rule in India. Here, there is a possibility of asking the questions about administrative and judicial system, impact of British land tax system, impact of British education system. Dear students, please give more attention to the impact of British land tax system because it is a hot question which we can find in many of the previous question papers. And you can also focus upon the features of Regulating Act and the features of 1909, 1919 and 1935 Acts. Here, the questions can be asked regarding the differences between permanent zamindar system as well as Rohitwari system. When we come to the 1 mark or MCQs regarding this lesson, why did Lord Cornwallis opened Fort William College in Calcutta? What is the aim behind Regulating Act? Which are the two types of courts established by Warren Hastings? Who implemented efficient police system? Who implemented permanent zamindari system? What is Mahal? Who and where was Rohitwari system implemented for the first time? Which act made a provision of establishing Supreme Court at Calcutta? The act which provided separate representation for Muslims or separate electoral college was created. The act which was responsible for establishment of Reserve Bank. The act which is known for the formation of Indian Constitution, or the act which is known as the Act Formation for Indian Constitution. The next lesson is opposition to British rule in Karnataka and Odayars of Mysore. With a glance on the previous question papers, here we have to stress the concept of Krishnaraj Odayar IV, and the other important concept from this chapter is contribution of Raja Odayar, contribution of Sheshadri Iyer, contributions of Chikadeva Raja Odayar. Dear students, please pay your attention or focus on the role of the personalities like Rani Channamma, Sangolli Rayanna, Dondiya Wag, Puttabasappa and Bedas of Halagali. Here we can also expect the 1 mark questions like who started Navaratri festival, who assumed the title Navakoti Narayana, who introduced the postal system, who was called as Abhinava Kalidasa, which was our state anthem, who was known as the maker of model Mysore, or who was awarded Rajashri by Gandhiji. And here we can also expect the questions of Anglo-Mysore wars and the treaties, and we can expect Srirangapatana Treaty or second, the effects of Third Anglo-Mysore War for 2 marks. Next one, the lesson Social Religious Reform Movements. This is a highly anticipated lesson. Dears, ahead in this lesson, we have to pay a lot of attention to the concepts given below. Multiple choice question and 1 mark question can also be expected from this lesson along with different questions. Here, the authors or the newspapers, for example, the books like Samvada Kaumudi, Gulamagiri, who wrote Satyartha Prakasha, who started New India, who wrote Revolt, or who started Purification Ritual, who started High School for Educating Girls, who started Home Rule Movement, who started why comes Satyagraha and why. In this way, 1-mark questions or MCQs can be expected from this lesson. In this lesson, we have to pay more attention towards the reforms of the social reformers or the teachings or the preachings of Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, Prarthana Samaj, Satya Shodhaka Samaj, role of Swami Vivekananda in inspiring youth, Aligarh movement, contribution of Narayana Guru and Periyar. So, now let us focus on the lessons of political science. Here, the first lesson from political science is public administration and introduction. My dear students, this is newly added lesson in this academic year. You cannot find the question in previous question papers. Here, the question can be expected in these types. Definitions of public administrations concentrate upon the Article 315, 7th Schedule of the Constitution, Article 355 and the Article 356. Once again, please pay attention regarding Article 315 or 315, Article 355, Article 356, and also pay attention regarding the headquarters of UPSC as well as KPSC. There is a possibility of asking questions about meaning and importance of public administration. Here, give more attention towards scope of public administration. What are the methods of recruitment, or here it is also asked as differentiate between direct and indirect recruitment. Role of government in maintaining the law and order, or another important question from this lesson, functions and formations of UPSC and KPSC. I have already told you to give stress towards the headquarters of UPSC as well as KPSC. My dears, let us discuss the next lesson, challenges of India and their remedies. Here, we have to pay more attention on the concepts. My dears, from this lesson, we can expect 4 marks question, as many of the concepts are containing 8 points. The questions are as follow. Measures undertaken by government to eradicate, eliminate gender discrimination, or measures undertaken to improve the status of women. My dear, the same question is asked in various types. The types can be changed, or the question can be asked in several types. The same question, listen. Measures undertaken by government to eradicate gender discrimination is also asked. Measures undertaken to eliminate gender discrimination, or the same question can be asked. The measures undertaken to improve the status of women. The next important concept is measures to control corruption and effects of corruption. Another concept from this lesson, methods or measures to solve problems caused by population explosion. Another important concept is steps taken to eradicate literacy, or it can also be asked as steps taken to improve literacy. Next important question, communalism or regionalism hampers the unity and strength of the nation. Justify. It can also be asked, what are the results or effects of communalism and regionalism? One more addition to this year in this lesson is problems of gender minorities or initiatives taken to eliminate discrimination. Here also we can expect 8 points. So consider it for 4 marks question. Causes and effects of profiteering. Measures adopted to eradicate poverty. Apart from this, 1 mark question. What is communalism? What is regionalism? What is sub-regionalism? Article 21A, RTE and implementation year and the aims of RTE, why Garib Graha are being constructed, what is demographic dividend, what is profiteering. Now let us focus on the chapters comes under economics, economy and planning. First and foremost, here in economics, as we have already discussed, there is no 4 marks question. Here the questions we expect are as follows. The father of economic planning, why he is called so, and the books written by him. There is a possibility of asking questions for 3 marks about objectives of the 5-year plan, achievements of the 5-year plan. My dears, don't get confused with objectives as well as achievements. Please understand the questions properly and answer later. Objectives of the 5-year plan. The next question is achievements of the 5-year plan. And one more thing here you can expect is what is pre-harvest technology and what is post-harvest technology. It can be either asked for 1 mark or it is asked for differentiate what is pre-harvest technology or differentiate pre-harvest technology as well as post-harvest technology. Again, concentrate upon the second green revolution or perpetual green revolution. Concentrate on the last concept of this lesson, objectives and activities of NITI Ayog. Once again, you can concentrate upon the 1 mark question, what is social justice, who published planned economy, the role of Swaminathan, who won the first World Food Prize. from this lesson. My dears, when we go through the previous question papers, we noticed that the discussed questions are repeated several times. Dears, so far we have observed the most frequently repeated questions from history, political science, and economics sections of social science part 1. So there is no doubt that students will be able to answer 1, 2, 3 and 4 mark questions if they learn this concept with great emphasis. While discussing all the lessons, we have stressed upon the 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark and 4 mark questions. Please get ready with those questions. Understand and learn the questions which arise in the unit test or the quiz conducted by your teacher, and prepare well for the upcoming examination. We are closing today's episode by saying that in the next episode we will know more about history, politics and economics part 2nd. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a look upon the questions discussed in today's session. Make a note of all those questions. Try to get answer for those questions or take your teacher's help in answering those questions. Have a good day. Thank you.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಬಾನತರಂಗದ ಶಾಲೆ.
ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ಎಲ್ಸಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಾಠದ ಮೊದಲ ಭಾಗ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲೆ ಪೊಳಲಿ ಬಂಟ್ವಾಳ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಂಜಿತಾ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 10:30 ಪ್ರಸಾರವಾಗಲಿದೆ.
ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ತಿಳಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ.